Sudden draft from the northern line, cutting through the afternoon design. The clouds are bruising a heavy lead, 1,000 warnings left unsaid. The street is a stage of gray and gold, where the stories of the damp are told. Buckle tight in a steady hand, a silhouette across the land. The temperature begins to slide, nowhere for the warmth to hide. Pop the collar and change the mood, a cinematic kind of solitude. Behind the fold, I'm a ghost in the rain, washing off the city in the heavy stain. The Gabardine Shield is a velvet wall, standing steady while the heavens fall. London fog in a double breast, putting the fabric to the final test. Mayfair shadows and the Soho grid, I'm the only one who fits the script. A sharp edge line against the sky, watching all the frantic world go by. Buckle tight and a steady hand, a silhouette across the land. The temperature begins to slide, nowhere for the warmth to hide. Pop the collar and change the mood, a cinematic kind of solitude. Behind the fold, I'm a ghost in the rain, washing off the city and the heavy stain. The Gabardine Shield is a velvet wall, standing steady while the heavens fall. It's more than thread, it's the secret language in my head. A private corner in a public space, a bit of mystery across the face. Popping the collar, walking the line in the Gabardine. I'm doing fine. Clouds over Primrose Hill. The city is a machine that is never still, but the sky is drinking a deeper hue, a saturated wash of the indigo blue. The shard is a needle in a sapphire vein, far above the reach of the western rain. A silent velocity of velvet wave, falling over London in a rhythmic state. The horizon is bleeding a midnight ink, stopping the world just to let us think. The static of the day begins to dissolve in a mystery the morning won't solve. Indigo pulse in the midnight veins, washing away the day and the neon stains. A heavy set beat in a sapphire sky, watching the satellites drifting by. Deep sea rhythm in the atmosphere, bringing the distant stars so near. Just an indigo beat in a high-res soul, letting the darkness take control. Cobalt shadows on a concrete floor, shutting the light of the corridor door. The air is a filter of a darkened glass, watching the heavy set minutes pass. It is the color of a secret chord, the kind of peace that the gods afford. From the river curve to the rooftop edge, living life on a blue-tone ledge. The horizon is bleeding a midnight ink, stopping the world just to let us think. The static of the day begins to dissolve in a mystery the morning won't solve. Gravity is just a suggestion now, underneath the weight of the indigo brow. The baseline is deep like a tectonic shift, giving the spirit a riff and lift. Don't look for the white, don't look for the gold, just a story the indigo told. Indigo pulse in the midnight veins, washing away the day and the neon stains. A heavy set beat in a sapphire sky, watching the satellites drifting by. Deep sea rhythm in the atmosphere, bringing the distant stars so near. Just an indigo beat in a high-res soul, letting the darkness take control. Indigo blue, indigo you, deep sea beat in the London heat, pulse and sway in the blue and the gray. Indigo blue, indigo pulse, indigo. "35 floors in a glass-bound cage, tropical leaves in a digital age. The gherkin is glowing in a citrus light, while the city prepares for a Saturday night. Silk and linen on a garden path, above the noise and the urban wrath. The skyline burning in a gin-clear sky, where the hawks and the helicopters fly. Ice in the glass and a steady hand, the highest pulse in the London land. The sun is dropping like a golden weight through the steel and the architectural stage. High-rise rhythm on a botanical high, dancing in the garden of the velvet sky. Floor-to-ceiling logic in a ribbon sway, watching the horizon melt away. Cocktail clouds in a starlight beam, 35 floors above the street. Just a sophisticated spin in the air, while the city of London starts to flare. Miniature buses on a bridge of lead, following the path where the daylight fled. But up here the oxygen is sweet and rare, with a floral scent in the midnight air. Conversation like a silver string in an high altitude architectural dream. The bass is bouncing off the reinforced glass, watching the centuries elegantly pass. Ice in the glass and a steady hand, the highest pulse in the London land. The sun is dropping like a golden weight through the steel and the architectural stage. We are the statues in a plastic dome, finding a rhythm in a sky-high home. Don't look down, just look at the view. saturated shade of electric blue. The world is small, but the groove is wide, with nowhere for the lonely heart to hide. Rise rhythm on the Botanical High, dancing in the garden of the velvet sky. Floor to ceiling logic in a ribbon sway, watching the horizon melt away. Cocktail clouds in the starlight beat, 35 floors above the street, just a sophisticated spin in the air, while the city of London starts to flare. Take control in the London sky. Glass and green in a twilight scene, fade to white in the city light. Technical high, technical high, technical high, technical high. Ooh. 12 bars of a rainy street, echoes of a Clapton beat, dusty vinyl and a rusted string, waiting for the modern soul to sing. A heavy ache in a velvet coat, the ghost of Memphis in a London throat. Fingertips on the worn out wood, doing things that we never should. A little dirt in the sugar sweet, a little soul in the city heat. The rhythms rising from the floor, knocking on the chart topper's door. On the edge of the neon delta blue, where the old world meets the new. A heavy heart and a dancing shoe, polished grit and a velvet hue, and notes in a high-res frame. Different world, but the soul's the same. Ooh, 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 ooh. Telecaster through a digital haze, lost inside a syncopated maze. The slide is smooth like a satin sleeve, a kind of magic you have to believe. Says wrapped in a neon glow, moving fast while the heart moves slow. Fingertips on the worn out wood, doing things that we never should. A little dirt in the sugar sweet, a little soul in the city heat. The rhythms rising from the floor, knocking on the chart topper's door. On the edge of the neon delta blue, where the old world meets the new. A heavy heart and a dancing shoe, polished grit and a velvet hue, and notes in a high-res frame. Different world, but the soul's the same. Muddy water in a crystal glass, watching all the centuries pass. Bend the note and let it fly into the purple London sky. The crossroad is a strobe lit stage, writing on a digital page. Neon delta in the groove, let the blue begin to move. Modern grit, timeless soul, let the rhythm take control. Neon delta. Leicester Square, a heavy mist in the humid air, one black handle and a taut silk dome, our own little island away from home. The tip-tap rhythm on the overhead, replacing all the things we should have said. World on the outside, cold and gray, watching the commuters splash away. In here the static is a gentle hum, waiting for the heavy drop to come. Under the nylon sky we move, sharing a secret duet groove, shoulder to shoulder in a private zone, the sweetest shelter I've ever known. Rain on the canvas, bass in the bone, two of us breathing in a world alone. Dodging the puddles on the paving stone, a choreography we've always known. Your sleeve is damp but your hand is warm, a steady anchor in the middle of the storm. The scent of ozone and your perfume in the hollow of our little room. Let the sky fall, let the river rise, I can see the city in your eyes. A waterproof heaven 30 inches wide, no else for a heart to hide. Just a syncopated beat on the fabric tight, keeping us dry in the middle of the night. Under the nylon sky we move, oh, sharing a secret duet groove, shoulder to shoulder in a private zone, the sweetest shelter I've ever known. Rain on the canvas, bass in the bone, two of us breathing in a world alone. Tip-tap rhythm, step, step, flow, nowhere else we need to go. Nylon sky, indigo light, keeping the rhythm all through the night. Under the sky, under the sky, just you and I. Silver scales on the Elber dock, iron pulse and the ticking clock, where the river meets the Irish Sea in a blue-collar symphony. Cold Atlantic in the morning air, tango logic in a salty flare. Every stone has a ghost to keep while the city rumbles in its sleep. The tide's pulling at the hem, a liquid crown, a heavy jam. Can you feel the pressure rise underneath the northern skies? It is the beat of the broken wave, everything the harbor gave. Liverpool is calling home in the rhythm of the salt and foam. Let the water hit the snare, electric static in the air, moving to the heartbeat of the docks. Fairy lights on a midnight run, chasing shadows of a vanished sun. Copper clouds over Pier Head, where the old and new are wed. Basses thumping in the belly deep, promises the Mersey has to keep. And nasty ore and velvet gold, the finest story ever told. The tide is pulling at the hem, a liquid crown, a heavy gem. Can you feel the pressure rise underneath the northern skies? It is the beat of the broken wave, everything the harbor gave. Liverpool is calling home in the rhythm of the salt and foam. Let the water hit the snare, electric static in the air. Moving to the heartbeat of the docks. Deep Atlantic heavy flow, where the weary spirits go. Gritty grace and pouring rain, pulse of life through every vein. It is the beat of the broken wave, everything the harbor gave. Liverpool is calling home in the rhythm of the salt and foam. Let the water hit the snare, electric static in the air. Moving to the heartbeat of the dark. Heartbeat of the dark. Mersey blue, salt and foam. The tide remains. Gray on a brutalist block, a concrete pulse and a frozen clock. Ash color clouds on a slate till roof of a colorless life, we are living proof. But look at the girl in the vinyl red, a sudden fire in a world of lead. Like a candy store in a coal mine town, tearing the monochrome scenery down. A neon flicker in a charcoal sky, catching the corner of a jaded eye. The saturated heart begins to beat against the rhythm of the iron street. It is a colorful pop in a monotone scene, a laser flash in a dull machine. Magenta dreams on a limestone wall, watching the velvet shadows fall. Just a primary spark in a grayscale soul, letting the spectrum take control. Moving to the groove of the vivid light, in the middle of the black and white. Yellow on a rainy curb, a visual shock that you can't disturb. Graffiti blooming on a rusted gate, a vibrant challenge to a heavy fade. Bubblegum pink on a subway stair, a sophisticated kind of a Technics flair. The city is a canvas of a faded ink, but we are the colors that refuse to blink. A neon flicker in a charcoal sky, catching the corner of a jaded eye. The saturated heart begins to beat against the rhythm of the iron street. It is the colorful pop in a monotone scene, a laser flash in a dull machine. Magenta dreams on a limestone wall, watching the velvet shadows fall. Just a primary spark in a grayscale soul, letting the spectrum take control. Moving to the groove of the vivid light, in the middle of the black and white. Saturation rising like a summer tide, nowhere for the gray to run and hide. Paint the pavement with a disco hue, colorful pop in a monotone scene, a laser flash in a dull machine. Magenta dreams on a limestone wall, watching the velvet shadows fall. Just a primary spark in a grayscale soul, letting the spectrum take control. Moving to the groove of the vivid light, in the middle of the black and white. Technicolor static, pop and flare, saturated magic in the air. No more gray, no more slate. Everything is bright, everything is great. Fade to gold. I apologize to the postman's cat for wearing such a ridiculous hat. The rain is horizontal and the tea is cold, but we're doing exactly what we're told. A quiet desperation in a tailored suit, while the rest of the world is playing the flute. Stiff upper lip and a shaky hand, the finest awkwardness in the land. We're queuing for a bus that'll never arrive, just to feel like we're somewhat alive. Civilized chaos in a rimming line. Everything is brilliant and everything is fine. A dry martini and a drier wit, even when the pieces don't quite fit. It's a lovely disaster, a beautiful mess, with a maximum of poise and a minimum of stress. Sarcasm dripping like a leaky tap, falling right into the polite little trap. Oh, it's absolutely lovely, I really don't mind, as I leave the sanity far behind. A subtle insult in a velvet tone, the most British feeling I've ever known. Stiff upper lip and a shaky hand, the finest awkwardness in the land. We're queuing for a bus that'll never arrive, just to feel like we're somewhat alive. Civilized chaos in a rimming line. Everything is brilliant and everything is fine. A dry martini and a drier wit, even when the pieces don't quite fit. It's a lovely disaster, a beautiful mess, with a maximum of poise and a minimum of stress. We'll talk about the weather till the sun goes down, the most interesting topic in the whole of the town. Pardon me, sorry, and thank you so much, with a heavy-handed and a delicate touch. It's fine, really, perfectly fine, in the back of the queue, in a rhythmic line. Civilized chaos, just mind the gap. Civilized chaos. Boiled egg and a dusty crate, checking the watch and I'm fashionably late. The needle drops on a Queensbridge break, but I'm eating scones for the culture's sake. A boom tap rhythm on a rainy street, with a dry delivery and a polished beat. Stiff upper lip on a heavy bass line. Everything is rubbish but I'm doing fine. It is a boom bap bounce in a foggy lane, a bit of sunshine for a lot of rain. I got the cadence of a street side sage and a library card for the center stage. It is the old school bounce and the British whip, a sophisticated kind of grip, tapping the umbrella to the MPC in a masterclass of irony. Keep the rhyme tight and the tea quite hot, whether you're ready for the drop or not. It is the groove of the deadpan flow. Vinyl crackle like a burning log, rhyming metaphors about the fog. Self-deprecation on a gold leaf track, with a velvet jacket and a knapsack back. I'm the king of the queue and the prince of the bus, making a scene without making a fuss. A bit of slick Rick and a bit of the bard, working the rhythm but not too hard. There's a boom bap bounce in a foggy lane, a bit of sunshine for a lot of rain. I got the cadence of a street side sage and a library card for the center space. It is the old school bounce and the British wit, a sophisticated kind of grit, tapping the umbrella to the MPC in a masterclass of irony. Keep the rhyme tight and the tea quite hot, whether you're ready for the drop or not. It is the groove of the deadpan flow. And the heavy kick, the wordplay's clever and the bass is thick. A cheeky nod to the Bronx and Queens, while I'm living on toast and Heinz's beans. It is the old school bounce and the British wit, a sophisticated kind of grip, tapping the umbrella to the MPC in a masterclass of irony. Keep the rhyme tight and the tea quite hot, whether you're ready for the drop or not. It is the groove of the deadpan flow. Old school hit, mind the grip, stay on the mat. Quite good, indeed, quite good. The record in, British wit, the record in, mind the grip, the record in, quite good. Stop, quite good. Stop. Begins to bend where the frantic rush of the city ends. Double-deckers in a crimson blur, while the limestone whispers a velvet purr. I'm cutting through the frame at half the speed, finding a rhythm that I didn't know I'd need. A frame-by-frame walk on the royal stone, in a metropolitan world of my very own. The flags are waving in a liquid flow against the heavy architectural glow. I'm letting the gravity soften its grip between the step and the rhythmic trip. Walking Regent Street in slow motion, like a silver drop in a concrete ocean. A cinematic glide in a quarter time, while the bells of the steeple begin to chime. Low frequency pulse and a high raised grace, watching the light on the city's face. Everything's moving but I'm staying still, on the frozen edge of a London hill. Shop front glass in a panoramic wide, reflecting the secrets I keep inside. High-end tailoring and a silk design, moving in a perfectly vertical line. Strangers are ghosting in a rapid stream, but I'm the director of a high-def dream. Sophisticated static in the morning air, with a curated look and a static stare. The flags are waving in a liquid flow against the heavy architectural glow. I'm letting the gravity soften its grip between the step and the rhythmic trip. Break the sequence and hold the frame before the world remembers my name. One step takes 1,000 years to land on the golden grains of the London sand. Let the aperture widen and let in the light before the day dissolves into the night. Walking Regent Street in slow motion, like a silver drop in a concrete ocean. A cinematic glide in a quarter time, while the bells of the steeple begin to chime. Low frequency pulse and a high res grace, watching the light on the city's his face. Everything's moving but I'm staying still on the frozen edge of a London hill. Quarter time, so taking control. Slow motion glide with nowhere to hide. The curve in the light in the London side. Seamatic curve, seamatic curve. Seamatic curve. 85% on a silver plate, the kind of depth that can compensate for a hollow night in a shallow sky. Underneath where the heavy echoes lie, a mahogany timber in the quiet air, smoothing out the edges of a long despair. It's a slow melt fever in the chest, putting all the treble to a final rest. A thick cut shadow in a velvet room. Watch the low end frequency begin to bloom like bitter Nobel in a heavy glass. Watching the midnight minutes pass, a dark chocolate rhythm in the throat. Every deep and mahogany note sinking through the floor in a steady line, where the bitter and the beautiful intertwine. Espresso beans and a charcoal flame, a voice that doesn't need a frantic name. Wrap the silence in a satin weight before the morning makes us hesitate. Rich as the soil in a rainy square, a resonant ghost in the smoky air. It's a slow melt fever in the chest, putting all the treble to a final rest. A thick cut shadow in a velvet room. Watch the low end frequency begin to bloom like bitter velvet in a heavy glass. Watching the midnight minutes pass, a dark chocolate rhythm in the throat. Every deep and mahogany note sinking through the floor in a steady line, where the bitter and the beautiful intertwine. No sugarcoating for the honest soul. Let the sub-bass take the full control. 1 part silk and 2 parts gray, the only garment that'll ever fit. Keep it low, keep it deep in the velvet hair, the secret sleep. Bitter velvet hair, the taste of the sound. Velvet hair, deep underground. Bitter velvet. White lines blurring on the tarmac vein, leaving the weight of the city rain. Leather grip on a steering wheel, testing the way that the shadows feel. Tachometer dancing in a needle rack to the rhythm of the things we never said. London's glowing in the rearview glass, watching the Metropolitan Fever pass. Shift into fifth and let it go, watching the orbital circuit grow. A liquid motion in the cool night air, with a silver light in the driver's hair. Midnight highway velocity, setting the restless spirit free. A neon pulse on a concrete stream, driving through a high definition missing dream. Just the engine in the velvet dark, looking for a cinematic spark. Kinetic soul in the middle of the night, chasing the edge of the morning light. Oh, the light. Headlight arc on a metal rail. The world is a blur and the stars are pale. Sophisticated static on the radio dial, driving for another 1,000 miles. The toll gate's open and the road is wide, with a midnight rhythm as the only guide. Reflections gliding on the tinted pane, breaking the link of the logic chain. Shift into fifth and let it go, watching the orbital circuit grow. A liquid motion in the cool night air, with a silver light in the driver's hair. We're not going anywhere, we're just gone before the break of the urban dawn. A high-speed logic in a moving room, dissolving the weight of the winter gloom. One more exit, one more lane, washing away the city strain. Midnight highway velocity, setting the restless spirit free. A neon pulse on a concrete stream, driving through a high-definition dream. Just the engine in the velvet dark, looking for a cinematic spark. Kinetic soul in the middle of the night, chasing the edge of the morning light. Light. Into the dark, into the gray, drive the heavy thoughts away. M-wave velocity, M-wave velocity, fading out. M-wave velocity, M-wave velocity. Sandpaper and honey in a smoky room, a velvet light to cut the gloom. Born in the static of a London rain, the sweetness of a sophisticated pain. It is a heavy timber, a weathered gold, the youngest heart ever to feel old. Wrapped and ready for the midnight hour, a fragile kind of industrial power. It is the grain upon the track, the shiver running down your back, a resonance that hits the bone, never truly on its own. Soulful and British and silver line, the finest rhythm you will ever find, with a crack in a note where the light gets through, beating a rhythm in a shade of blue. It is a heavy in a cold front sky, the truth of a beautiful velvet line, moving to the pulse of the mahogany sound. Coffee grounds and a bit of gin, where the stories of the night begin. An accent softened by the blues who wait, a melody that's never running late. From the council bricks to the neon heights, the ghost of the gospel in the city lights, breathless and burning with a steady flame, calling the silence by its secret name. It is the grain upon the track, the shiver running down your back, a resonance that hits the bone, never truly on its own. Soulful and British and silver line, the finest rhythm you will ever find, with a crack in the note where the light gets through, bleeding the rhythm in a shade of blue. It is a heavy heat in a cold front sky, the truth of a beautiful velvet line, moving to the pulse of the mahogany sound, tearing through the lace and the silk, bitter as a lemon in the milk, the weight of the history we carry inside. Nowhere left for the spirit to hide. Hey. Nylon sky, the truth of a beautiful velvet line, moving to the pulse of the mahogany sound. Mahogany sound.
Graffiti layers on a brutalist wall. The Thames is rising while the skaters fall. You're at 10 wheels on a weathered floor, ignoring the queue at the theater door. Shadows stretching through the pillar maze, in the amber glow of the London haze. A rhythmic friction in the dampest air, with the reckless grace and a static stare. Mountain built in a jagged line, defying the gravity of the design. A kinetic spark in the undercroft shade, where the urban legends are being made. Concrete cathedral in a London rain, washing away the static and the pain. South Bank rhythm on a wooden deck, risking the heart and risking the neck. Just a low-fi glide in a high-res town, never letting the concrete pull us down. Baggy silhouettes in a monochrome blur. The sound of the city is a distant purr. Echoes bouncing off the heavy beams. A plywood vessel for the street level dreams. The smell of the spray paint and old river salt, finding the beauty in every fault. The world is turning at a different speed. On a four-wheeled soul is all we need. Mountain builds in a jagged line, defying the gravity of the design. A kinetic spark in the undercroft shade, where the urban legends are being made. They wanna pave it over with the polished stone, but the spirit is etched in the marrow and bone. A kickflip grace in a heavy-set space, writing a poem on the city's face. Let the edges stay rough and the colors stay loud, in the secret heart of the South Bank crowd. Concrete cathedral in a London rain, washing away the static and the pain. South Bank rhythm on a wooden deck, risking the heart and risking the neck. Just a low-fi glide in a high-res town, never letting the concrete pull us down.
Right back on the pavement,
South Bank soul,
taking the movement,
taking control.
back to the mold.
In the gray and the gold,
The cathedral,
never grow old.
step inside the heavy crimson's frame, a scarlet box with a vintage name. The city roar is a muffled hum, waiting for the dial to become a spinning circle of chrome and light, cutting through the London night. Rain is streaking on the window pane, washing away the afternoon stain. The cord is tangled like a silver vine, tracing the curve of a secret line. I'm dropping the coins in the iron slot, giving you everything I've got. The dial is humming a perfect fifth, chasing the ghost of an urban myth. Crimson confession in a glass cage, writing a whisper on a rainy page. Nobody hears what we have to say, four small walls a world away. It's a long distance groove on a local wire, a cold wet street and a heart on fire. foggy glass, watching the midnight taxis pass. I can hear your breath on the other side, nowhere for the truth to hide. Smell of ozone and damp concrete, the private rhythm of a public street, just a silhouette in a neon glow with 1,000 things you already know. A digital world with an analog soul, let the connection take control. The pips are sound and the time is thin. Where do you end and where do I begin? One more minute before the end. More than a lover and less than a friend. Crimson confession in a glass cage, writing a whisper on a rainy page. Nobody hears what we have to say. Four small walls a world away. It's a long distance groove on a local wire, a cold wet street and a heart on fire. Hang it up, walk away into the blur of the London grey. Secret line, crimson frame, I forgot to say your name. Click and static, click and static. Empty boom, hollow light, goodbye to the center of the night.
Mustang in a garage light, dreaming of the shadows in a velvet night. Needle on the record with a vintage crack, moving forward while we're looking back. Denim on the leather and a map of old, searching for the silver in the tarnished gold. The radio is humming a forgotten tune underneath the hollow of a paper moon. Static in the signal and a hazy heat, chasing after ghosts on a gravel street. On the dusty road where the memories bloom, in the warm vibration of a sonic room. A sepia mile and a rhythm of gold, the greatest story that was never told. Analog heart in a digital chase, finding the beauty in the empty space. In a washed out blue, a little bit of me and a lot of you. AM frequency in a heavy soul, let the retro tempo take the full control. Led to the coast in a rhythmic blur, where the ghosts of the 60s begin to stir. The radio's humming a forgotten tune underneath the hollow of a paper moon. Static in the signal and a hazy heat, chasing after ghosts on a gravel street. On the dusty road where the memories bloom, in the warm vibration of a sonic room. A sepia mile and a rhythm of gold, the greatest story that was never told. Analog heart in a digital chase, finding the beauty in the empty space. The engine is a heartbeat, the wind is a choir, fuel in the flicker of a vintage fire. Everything is faded but the feeling is new, in the rearview mirror of a classic view. Down the dusty road, let the rhythm low. Sepia miles, faded smiles, keep it moving slow.
London rain. Pack the wicker in a vintage show. Let the Sunday tempo take control. We're climbing up where the air is sweet, above the static and the concrete heat. Every heartbeat is a kick drum beat, moving to the pulse of the city street. Velvet rising on the Primrose Hill. Time is a ghost and the world is still. Easy living with a rhythm and lace, spinning in a high altitude grace. Golden hour in a paper cup. Never let the feeling let us up. Sourdough crust in a lime green view. Skyline painting in a different hue. Shoreditch dreamers in the Mayfair sheet. The silence here is the way we speak. We're climbing up where the air is sweet, above the static and the concrete heat. Every heartbeat is a kick drum beat, moving to the pulse of the city streets. Time is a ghost and the world is still. Easy living with a rhythm and lace, spinning in a high altitude grace. Golden hour in a paper cup. Never let the feeling let us up. As the purple shadows start to creep and the giant below begins to sleep, we're the lighthouse in the northern sky, watching all the satellites go by. Primrose groove, just let it move. High above the town, never coming down. The primrose groove. Friday ghost on a southern train, shaking the weight of the London rain, leaving the towers of the city wall to hear the rhythm of the coastal call. Salt-lit windows and a heavy sky, watching the Sussex world go by. March soul spirit in a desert boot, taking a hold of a deeper root. The lanes are breathing in a tangled maze, through the antique gold and the velvet haze. A vintage secret in a modern frame, riding the weekend without a name. Weekend in Brighton on the electric pier, watching the London disappear. Blue on blue and a neon swing, the kind of magic that the ocean can bring. Pebblestone pulse in a high-res light, Brighton neon soul in the middle of the night. Art Deco dreams and a pink rock stick, the physical world and a digital trick. Seagulls circle in the palace dome, finding a beat in a temporary home, where Sepia skeletal against the red, following where the sunset led. Sophisticated static in the art sweetest way for the heart to fall. The lanes are breathing in a tangled maze through the antique gold and the velvet haze. A vintage secret in a modern frame, right in the weekend without a name. We don't need a map, we don't need a plan, just the salt on the skin and the sun on the tan. From the pavilion to the water's edge, you're living life on a ribbon ledge. Let the tide wash the logic away before we return to the London grey. Weekend in Brighton on the electric pier, watching the London disappear. Blue on blue and a neon swing, the kind of magic that the ocean can bring. Pebble stone post in a high-res light, Brighton neon soul in the middle of the night. Brighton neon, Brighton soul, let the tide take control. On the pier, in the light, seaside rhythm through the night. Brighton neon soul. Slipping into a double breast, a fabric soft as a secret confess, the color of a bruised up grave, giving the shadows a better shape. Soul basement and a dim lit door, tracing the dust on the wooden floor. Collar turned against the draft, master in the midnight craft. Needle drops on a heavy weight, the pulse is never running late. Feel the texture of the sound, spinning the world around and round. Velvet frequency in my bones, dialing the warmth of the monotones. Vintage rhythm on a satin spine, everything's golden, everything's fine. Woven deep in the fibers grained, drowning out the London rain. Shoulders draped in a midnight plum, matching the beat of the kettle drum. Old school cool in a digital age, a classic line on a messy page. Faint aroma of clove and gin, where the analog dreams begin. Flicker of a neon cigarette, a feeling that hasn't happened yet. Rub the nap against the grain, wash away the modern stain. It's a tactile kind of soul, let the heavy velvet take control. From the thread to the core, they don't make them like this anymore. Velvet frequency in my bones, dialing the warmth of the monotone. Vintage rhythm on a satin spine, everything's gold and everything's fine. Woven deep in the fibers grain, drowning out the London rain. Soft to the touch, deep in the groove. Watch the heavy fabric move. Velvet soul, vintage rhythm in a linen pleat, avoiding the grit of the common street. The King's Road curve is a catwalk line, sipping on something sharp and fine, a tailored shadow on a gallery wall, the most sophisticated way to fall. Everything is measured to the bone in a world that we have always known. The light across the terrace hits the floor, opening another polished door. Sophisticated afternoon to a Chelsea velvet tune, porcelain and a private park, keeping the chaos in the dark. A curated life in a golden frame, without a worry or a name. Effortless and ever so slight, bathed in expensive light. Chain walk whispers to the tide, where the river secrets like to hide. Monogram dreams and a heavy silk. The afternoon is smooth as milk, bespoke horizons and a manicured view, between the old and the designer new. The click of a heel on a clean swept stone, in a kingdom of our very own. Everything is measured to the bone in a world that we have always known. The light across the terrace hits the floor, opening another polished door. A fragile kind of elegance, a choreographed and costly dance. Don't let the tea get cold just yet. In the city we can never forget, high-end logic in a low-end world. Watch the silver banners get unfurled. Sophisticated afternoon to a Chelsea velvet tune, porcelain and a private park, keeping the chaos in the dark. A curated life in a golden frame, without a worry or a name. Effortless and ever so slight, bathed in expensive light. Chelsea afternoon, Chelsea afternoon, fading out too soon, step go wide. Chelsea light, Chelsea afternoon, stay refined in the mind, the curated hour. The curated hour. Crescent begins to bend, where the frantic rush of the city ends. Double-deckers in a crimson blur, while the limestone whispers a velvet purr. I'm cutting through the frame at half the speed, finding a rhythm that I didn't know I'd need. Frame by frame, walk on the royal stone in a metropolitan world of my very own. The flags are waving in a liquid flow against the heavy architectural glow. I'm letting the gravity soften its grip between the step and the rhythmic trip. Walking silver drop in a concrete ocean, a cinematic glide in a quarter time, while the bells of the steeple begin to chime. Low frequency pulse and a high-risk grace, watching the light on the city's face. If everything's moving, but I'm staying still on the frozen edge of a London hill. Sharp front glass in a panoramic wide, reflecting the secrets I keep inside. High-end tailoring and a silk design, moving in a perfectly vertical line. The strangers are ghosting in a rapid stream, but I'm the director of a high-def dream. Sophisticated static in the morning air, with a curated look and a static stare. The flags are waving in a liquid flow against the heavy architectural glow. I'm letting the gravity soften its grip between the step and the riveted trip. Break the sequence and hold the frame before the world remembers my name. One step takes 1,000 years to land on the golden grains of the London sand. Let the aperture widen and let in the light before the day dissolves into the night. Walking Regent Street in slow motion, like a silver drop in a concrete ocean, a cinematic glide in a quarter time, while the bells of the steeple begin to chime. Low frequency pulse, pulse, and a high-risk grace. Hey, watching the light on the city's face. If everything's moving, but I'm staying still on the frozen edge of a London hill. Quarter time soul, taking control. Slow motion glide with nowhere to hide. The curve in the light in the London sight. Cinematic curve, cinematic curve. Cinematic The dome is breathing in the silver light, a heavy anchor in the London night. I caught the tolling on a handheld mic between the traffic and the rolling by. 1,000 years inside a single wave, every secret that the stonework gave. I cut the sequence and I slowed the pitch to find the spirit in the sonic glitch. The bronze is shivering under the skin, where the prayer ends and the loops begin. A digital ghost in a sacred hall, bouncing off the whispering wall. It is the rhythm of the St. Paul's bell, a story that the same poles tell. Grandeur trapped in a binary beat, resonating down the Fleet Street. High cathedral and a low and bass, merging time and merging space in the echo of the great tone's heart. The ancient soul and the modern art. Layered copper and a ghost of rain, a holy texture in a house of gain. I pitched it down into a velvet hum until the heavy metal started to drum. Broke geometry in every bar, tracking the movement of a distant star. Ends architecture in a waveform line, something human and something divine. The bronze is shivering under the skin, where the prayer ends and the looks begin. A digital ghost in a sacred hall, bouncing off the whispering wall. It is the rhythm of the St. Paul's bell, a story that the samples tell. Grandeur trapped in a binary beat, resonating down the Fleet Street. High cathedral and a low end bass, merging time and merging space in the echo of the great Tom's heart, the ancient soul and the modern art. The 12 apostles in the sub-bass thud, cold electricity in the blood. Let the resonance carry the weight of a city that is never late. It is the rhythm of the St. Paul's bell, a story that the samples tell. Grandeur trapped in a binary beat, resonating down the Fleet Street. High cathedral and a low-end bass, merging time and merging space in the echo of the great Tom's heart, the ancient soul and the modern art. Echoes of Ludgate, the bronze remains through the circuits and the veins. St. Paul's calling in the loop, in the loop. Amen. Amen. Rain on the pavement, a rhythmic tap, falling right into the city's lap. Thousands of faces, a blur of gray, miles apart in a secret way. Stepping through static, stepping through time, finding a reason and finding a rhyme. The underground echo, the rush and the heat. I'm dancing alone on a crowded street. A table for one by the window pane, watching the world go down the drain. Black coffee and a bitter spark, carving a path through the Regent's Park. Let the sirens sing a lullaby underneath the charcoal sky. I'm a ghost in a tailored suit, taking the scenic silent route. Oh, the sweet electric solitude, a certain kind of midnight mood. The city is my private room, blossoming in the neon gloom. Don't need a hand to hold the beat, the rhythm's beneath my feet. Caught in the Metropolitan flow, with nowhere left to go. Nobody knows what I'm thinking now, with a cool composure and a steady brow. The silence is louder than any crowd, walking on shadows, head in a cloud. Reflections in glass, a silver distorted view. I'm the only one here that I ever knew. Neon blue on a wet concrete floor. I've never wanted for anything more. Let the sirens sing a lullaby underneath the luxury. The only way that I feel free. Lost in the architecture of the soul. Finally in complete control. I'm a king in a kingdom of stone. Never lonely, just perfectly alone. Oh, the sweet electric solitude. A certain kind of midnight moon. The city is my private room. Blossoming in the neon gloom. Don't need a hand to hold a beat. The rhythms beneath my feet. Caught in the metropolitan flow. With nowhere left to go. Metropolitan Ghost. The one I love the most. Just a shadow in the light. Disappearing into the night. Solo groove. Watch me move into the night. To the night.
Graffiti layers on a brutalist wall. The Thames is rising while the skaters fall. Urethane wheels on a weathered floor, ignoring the queue at the theater door. Shadows stretching through the pillar maze in the amber glow of the London haze. A rhythmic friction in the dampest air with a reckless grace and a static stare. Momentum builds in a jagged line, defying the gravity of the design. A kinetic spark in the undercroft shade where the urban legends are being made. Concrete cathedral in a London rain, washing away the static and the pain. Soundbank rhythm, modern deck. Risking the heart and risking the neck. Just a lo-fi glide in a high-res town. Never letting the concrete pull us down. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Pull us down. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Baggy silhouettes in a monochrome blur. The sound of the city is a distant purr. Echoes bouncing off the heavy beams. A plywood vessel for the street level dreams. The smell of the spray paint and old river salt. Finding the beauty in every fault. The world is turning at a different speed. On a four-wheel soul is all we need. Momentum builds in a jagged line, defying the gravity of the design. A kinetic spark in the undercroft shade where the urban legends are being made. Ooh, yeah, yeah. They wanna pave it over with a polished stone, but the spirit is etched in the marrow and bone. A kickflip grace in a heavy-set space, writing a poem on a city's face. Let the edges stay rough and the colors stay loud in the secret heart of the South Bank crowd. Concrete cathedral in a London rain, washing away the static and the pain. South Bank rhythm on a wooden deck, risking the heart and risking the neck. Just a lo-fi glide in a high-res town. Never letting the concrete pull us down. Pull us down. Pull us down. Pull us down. Clack, clack on the pavement. South Bank soul. Taking the movement. Taking control. Under the bridges. In the gray and the gold. Concrete cathedral. Never grow old. Modular frost on a palm leaf spine. Architecture in a straight line design. The barbican breathes in a concrete chill.
while the tropical green is perfectly still. A sawtooth wave through the iron beams, cut in the fabric of botanical dreams. Steel and glass in a 0 degree, the ghost of a forest in a digital sea. The temperature drops but the rhythm is tight, a pulse in the cables, a spark in the night. Refraction of neon on a frozen leaf, a beautiful moment elegantly brief. Cold scent in the winter garden, waiting for the ice to soften or harden. Crystalline grooves in a velvet frame, a frequency without a human name. Blue oscillators in a silver beat, under the glass where the shadows meet. Frozen soul in a high-res light, synthesized winter in the London night. Condensation on a polished floor, a muffled hum behind a heavy door. Sine waves drifting like a silver mist by the cold London starlight kiss. We are the statues in a plastic dome, finding a rhythm in a synthetic home. Sophisticated static in the overhead wire, a cold and clinical electric fire. The temperature drops but the rhythm is tight, a pulse in the cables, a spark in the night. Refraction of neon on a frozen leaf, a beautiful moment elegantly brief. Fragile as the glass above our heads, walking where the circuit board treads. Switch the filter and watch the glow, watching the mercury sinking low. Is it nature, or is it just the code? At the end of the architectural road. Cold scents in the winter garden, waiting for the ice to soften or harden. Crystalline grooves in a velvet frame, a frequency without a human name. Oscillators and a silver beat, under the glass where the shadows meet. Frozen soul in a high-res light, synthesized winter in the London night. Glass and glacial, crystalline gray, straight to winds in a physical space, into the night. Glass and glacial.
I apologize to the postman's cat for wearing such a ridiculous hat. The rain is horizontal and the tea is cold, but we're doing exactly what we're told. A quiet desperation in a tailored suit, while the rest of the world is playing the flute. Stiff upper lip and a shaky hand, the finest awkwardness in the land. We're queuing for a bus that'll never arrive, just to feel like we're somewhat alive. Civilized chaos in a rim line, everything is brilliant, everything is fine. A dry martini and a drier whip, even when the pieces don't quite fit. It's a lovely disaster, a beautiful mess, with a maximum of poise and a minimum of stress. Sarcasm dripping like a leaky tap, falling right into the polite little trap. Oh, it's absolutely lovely, I really don't mind, as I leave the sanity far behind. A subtle insult in a velvet tone, the most British feeling I've ever known. Stiff upper lip and a shaky hand, the finest awkwardness in the land. We're queuing for a bus that'll never arrive, just to feel like we're somewhat alive. Civilized chaos in a rim line, everything is brilliant, everything is fine. A dry martini and a drier wit, even when the pieces don't quite fit. It's a lovely disaster, a beautiful mess, with a maximum of poise and a minimum of stress. We'll talk about the weather till the sun goes down. The most
interesting topic in the whole of the town. Pardon me, sorry, and thank you so much, with a heavy-handed and a delicate touch. It's fine, really. Perfectly fine in the back of the queue, in a rhythmic line. Civilized chaos, just mind the gap. Civilized chaos.
Silver spoon in a porcelain jar, reflections of a morning star. Paddington kitchen in a pale white light, washing off the shadows of a heavy night. The toast is warm and the butter is thin. Let the zesty morning begin. A little bit of bitter, a little bit of sweet, walking on a tightrope of a citrus beet. The peel is sharp and the sugar is deep, waking up the spirit from a heavy sleep. Orange marmalade on a golden hook, the only kind of rhythm in the recipe book. Sticky kind of magic and a velvet zing, waiting for the morning bell to ring. Bittersweet gold in a ribbon swirl, dressing up the edges of a grayscale world. Seville heat in a London frost, finding all the sunshine that we thought we lost. Amber glow on a linen sleeve, a kitchen table heaven that we both believe. The tea is steeping in a steady steam, living out a mid-tempo Sunday dream. A little bit of bitter, a little bit of sweet, walking on a tightrope of a citrus beet. The peel is sharp and the sugar is deep, waking up the spirit from a heavy sleep. Orange marmalade on a golden hook, the only kind of rhythm in the recipe book. Sticky kind of magic and a velvet zing, waiting for the morning bell to ring. Bittersweet gold in a remix swirl, dressing up the edges of a grayscale world. It's the tang in the air and the light in the glass, watching all the heavy-headed hours pass. Concentrated sunshine in a crystal pot, giving everything that we haven't got. Sweet and the bitter, gold in the light. Citrus, Sunday, everything's right. Orange marmalade, the hook is deep. Orange marmalade, the promise we keep. Orange marmalade.
A heavy pigment on a porcelain tray to wash the London grit away. Precision lines and a steady hand to conquer all this wasteland. Not a whisper, not a word, the loudest thing I've ever heard is the shimmer of the cyanide hue, a sudden architectural blue. Catch the light and hold it tight against the dying of the night. A cold aesthetic for the soul to make the jagged edges whole. Electric blue across your eyes, a synthetic kind of paradise, blinking in the strobe light heat. The sharpest vision on the street. It is a digital and velvet hue, painting everything in blue. Just a flicker in the neon haze of your electric Azure gaze. Walking through the Soho rain, the color running like a stain of pure ambition on the face, moving with a frantic grace. The 1970s call your name, but you have changed the entire game. A lightning bolt on a velvet skin, where the evening starts to begin. Catch the light and hold it tight against the dying of the night. A cold aesthetic for the soul to make the jagged edges whole. Electric blue across your eyes, a synthetic kind of paradise, blinking in the strobe light heat. The sharpest vision on the street. It is a digital and velvet hue, painting everything in blue. Just a flicker in the neon haze of your electric Azure gaze. Ultramarine and static air, a look that doesn't seem to care. High voltage and heavy set, the finest trap I've ever met. Electric blue across your eyes, a synthetic kind of paradise, blinking in the strobe light heat. The sharpest vision on the street. It is a digital and velvet hue, painting everything in blue. Just a flicker in the neon haze of your electric Azure gaze. Electric Azure, electric blue, strobe light flickering over you. The blue remains, the blue remains, and cyanide sky in your eye, in your eye. Brass line carved in a limestone floor, a physical key to a temporal door. 1 foot east where the morning wakes, 1 foot west for the heart's mistakes. The Royal Park is a velvet green underneath a sky that is cold and clean. The clocks of Harrison are ticking slow in the amber light of the afterglow. The prime meridian is a silver wire caught in the net of a cosmic fire. The city is humming at the bottom of the hill while the heavy hands of the world stay still. Time travel on a Greenwich height, between the shadow and the morning light, synchronized in a velvet thrill where the pulse of the century is perfectly still. 0 degrees and a rhythmic soul, letting the gravity take control. A high-def dream in a naval frame where the time has no shadow and the day has no name. life is a glass design across the curve of the river line. But up here the ghosts of the sailors wait at the heavy iron of the garden gate. The red ball drops on a stroke of one, chasing the path of the digital sun. Sophisticated static in the telescope lens, where the history stops and the future begins. The primer reading is a silver wire caught in the net of a cosmic fire. The city is humming at the bottom of the hill, while the heavy hands of the world stay still. On the seam of the world tonight, in the indigo wash of the celestial light, past and the future in a single stride, with nowhere for the seconds to hide. Just a heartbeat held in a zero zone, in a frequency that is on the Greenwich Height, between the shadow and the morning light, synchronized in a velvet thrill, where the pulse of the century is perfectly still. 0 degrees in a rhythmic soul, letting the gravity take control. A high-def dream in a naval frame, where the time has no shadow and the day has no name. 0 degrees. The Grammy, east and west, in a rhythmic red. Time travel souls, taking control. 0 longitude. Empty signals in a flickering room, phosphor ribbons cutting through the gloom. The 3 a.m. snow on a cathode ray, chasing the ghosts of the light away. Analog shivers in a digital cage, tuning into a forgotten age. Black and white honey on a curved glass screen, the prettiest static that I've ever seen. The vertical hold is starting to slide, nowhere for the tired heart to hide. Between the frequencies of the blue, I am transmitting a message to you. It is a rhythm of the television noise, echoing the ghosts of the city boys, moving to in the pulse of a centaur dream, where nothing is ever as real as it seems. Electric velvet and a sawtooth wave, everything the neon ever gave. Caught in the hum of the silver screen, lost in the glow of the space between. VCR humming a low end moan, watching the midnight all on my own. Polychrome filters and a heavy delay, washing the grit of the London day. It's a grid-locked heart in a vector sky, sophisticated and a plastic lie. Trace the scan lines with a fingertip before the signals start to slip. The vertical hold is starting to slide, nowhere for the tired heart to hide. Between the frequencies of the blue, I am transmitting a message to you. It is the rhythm of the television noise, echoing the ghosts of the city boys, moving to the pulse of a centaur dream, where nothing is ever as real as it seems. Electric velvet and a sawtooth wave, everything the neon ever gave. Caught in the hum of the silver screen, lost in the glow of the space between. like a digital tide. Switch the channel to the darker side. A symphony of snow and a hollow hum until the senses all gone. It is the rhythm of the television noise, echoing the ghosts of the city boys, moving to the pulse of a stoner dream where nothing is ever as real as it seems. Electric velvet and a sawtooth wave, everything the neon ever gave, caught in the hum of the silver screen, lost in the glow of the space between. Screen, no signal, no sign, just the hum of the light. Blackout. Ooh, yeah. White borders and a square cut frame, a faded memory without a name. The sun is leaking through a plastic lens, a hazy afternoon with golden friends. I'm shaking the paper till the colors arrive, trying to feel that we're still alive. A sepia tint on a Hackney lawn, the prettiest ghost that was ever born. The chemistry shifting in the heat, a rhythmic pulse from the dusty street. Development of a summer soul, letting the analog take control. It is a summer in a vintage Polaroid, a little pocket in the empty void, moving to a rhythm that is warm and slow, with a saturated, overexposed glow. Keep the focus soft, keep the edges blurred, the sweetest secret that you ever heard. Just a sophisticated flash of the past in a chemical dream that was never meant to last. Oversaturated, hyper-real blue. The sky is a shade that we never knew. Fixed in a moment of a laughing stare, with the smell of the jasmine in your hair. The film is grainy like the coastal sand, holding the universe in my hand. A physical relic in a digital age, a sun-drenched script on a static stage. The chemistry shifting in the heat, a rhythmic pulse from the dusty street. Development of a summer soul, letting the analog take control. It is a summer in a vintage Polaroid, a little pocket in the empty void, moving to a rhythm that is warm and slow, with a saturated, overexposed glow. Keep the focus soft, keep the edges blurred, the sweetest secret that you ever heard. Just a sophisticated flash of the past in a chemical dream that was never meant to last. Wait for the image to find its way out of the dark of the yesterday. A silhouette against the glare before it vanishes into the air. It is a summer in a vintage Polaroid, a little pocket in the empty void, moving to a rhythm that is warm and slow, with the saturated, overexposed glow. Keep the focus soft, keep the edges blurred, the sweetest secret that you ever heard. Just a sophisticated flash of the past in a chemical dream that was never meant to last. Polaroid summer, fading fast, holding on to couldn't last. Square cut frame, no more name, fade to white. Fade to white. Flash. Dust motes dancing in the warehouse light, recovering from the neon night. The iron stairs are humming low, watching the east end start to flow. waiting for the world to ignite. Graffiti blooming on a rustic gate, Sunday never shows up late. It's a slow burn kind of morning grace, etched upon a weathered face. Shortage Sunday in a velvet haze, getting lost in the golden maze. Brick lane rhythm in a minor key, nowhere else I'd rather be. Just a Sunday morning groove, let the heavy shadows move. Vinyl spinning in a corner shop, where the static and the heartbeat stop. Vintage silk in a canvas sky, watching the fashionable world go by. The scent of jasmine and gasoline, the prettiest mess I've ever seen. And 𝐩𝐥𝐻𝐿𝐿𝐿 in an oak frame, every alleyway whispers a name. It's a masterpiece on a broken street where the high and the low life meet. Time is a record that skips a beat. Shortage Sunday in a velvet haze, getting lost in the golden maze. Brick lane rhythm in a minor key, nowhere else I'd rather be. Just a Sunday morning groove, let the heavy shadows move. Moving slow, moving light, into the Sunday afternoon light. Shortage groove, our household, let the city take control. Stay a while, stay a while.
Clean funk on a Telecaster, bubbles rising, moving faster, crisp and cold like a winter sun. The summer rhythm has just begun. Concrete baking in a short ditch heat, looking for a sharp and a bitter treat. Forget the heavy and the sugar sweet. I need a spark on this dusty street. A splash of pink in a tall thin glass, watching the hazy afternoon pass. Ice cubes dancing in a rhythmic swirl, a liquid diamond in a concrete world. Pressure building in the silver tap, escaping from the afternoon trap. The first thing on the tip of the tongue, where the oldest memories feel so young. Ruby fizz and a citrus soul, taking back the rhythm and the total control. Tar and electric, bitter and bright, cutting through the heavy of the London light. It's a grapefruit fever, a cooling shade, refreshing like a neon lemonade. Pith and the peel and the carbonation, the secret pulse of the urban nation. Translucent colors in a crystal blur, everything is fresher than it ever were. No more static, no more dust, just a sharp edge that I really trust. Condensation on the fingertips, a cold benediction for the thirsty lips. Pressure building in the silver tap, escaping from the afternoon trap. The first thing on the tip of the tongue, where the oldest memories feel so young. Ruby fizz and a citrus soul, taking back the rhythm and the total control. Tart and electric, bitter and bright, cutting through the heavy of the London light. It's a grapefruit fever, a cooling shade, refreshing like a neon lemonade. Shake off the humidity, shake off the weight. In a state of grace, in a citrus state. Sparkle in the veins, ice in the heart. This is where the real sensations start. Bitter is the flavor of the truth, the neon spirit of a restless youth. Ruby fizz and a citrus soul, taking back the rhythm and the total control. Tart and electric, bitter and bright, cutting through the heavy of the London light. It's a grapefruit fever, cool in shade, refreshing like a neon lemonade. Zest on the wind, fresh where we sin. Ruby fizz, that's what it is. Stay sharp, stay cold, bitter and